Okay, guys, I'm coming with another video, and I will have some more downloads, but right now the energies are so um, up, and they're shifting, and it's things that need to be spoken of, and things that are clearing the pathway for us to go ahead and move forward. And so, guys, if you are getting triggered by these um, messages and these readings, it's best that if you're still in a sensitive, vulnerable place, you may not want to watch these videos that's been getting put out to deal with the Karmic'S and the masculines and STDs and things like that. I hope that everything, for the most part, is going well for you guys. And I pray that everything is, being about a blessing with you guys. Don't take these, because some of these divine ones have healed and moved and grown so tremendously that what's going on right now are past scenarios and past situations that, needed to be spoken of while we were going through these situations, while, these things were happening. But energies are fluid. So what we're going to do is go on into the message. I pray in the mighty name of Jesus that God protect each and every last person that get their hands on my video and view my video in the mighty name of Jesus. Anything that would come to harm or danger them, we cast it down to the pits in the mighty name of Jesus, and we protect us, ourselves, the readers, and we protect everything around us, and we cast any negative entities that would try to come in to try to steal our joy, our peace, our love, our light in the mighty name of Jesus. And so we're going to move forward. And just because things are being spoken of that's uncomfortable, everything isn't negative. It's just being talked about. You get what I'm saying? It's not being casted upon anyone. It's being addressed. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay, so what we're going to do is, this video is to do with the masculine. I'm just going to tell y'all the truth. I got this download, and this is for this is for several divine femmes that's waiting on masculines. And you may not ever have had sex with this masculine or anything of that nature, or you could have had sex with them in the past, but then they left you, or maybe you were the side piece. I don't know, guys. You all know where you are at in this positions. I mean, these situations, these lessons and blessings and stressings and whatever, whatever category you are, where you fit at. Okay, it's some divine femmes that have healed, have grown, have moved on, and you've been waiting, and people been telling you these masculines are coming in, they're coming to speak their truth. For some, yes, people will go into union. It's three categories that three levels you could be on in the twin flame room, I believe to be. And you could be on 1, 2, 3. You could go into any, to other dimensions though. And so, You have been wondering, I got downloads, Lord, have mercy. I don't know how to say this. I'm so sorry, guys, but I got to get this out here. I don't know what all you do in the bedroom. I don't know what all positions you may do. I don't know, but these masculines for it's some of you divine femmes or divine masculines, you're waiting on these certain particular counterparts to come back into your life. For some of the collective, the divine masculine on your side or whatever, you may have had sex with the divine femme before, or you may have, or the divine femmes may have had sex with the karmic. But this karmic masculine deal with situations that may have occurred in their life, in their childhood, and the divine masculines deal with different situations that's going on with him that may have occurred in their childhood. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get out with it because I can't hold it anymore. But anyways, these particular divine masculines, or they could be a soulmate or a past life partner, they like ass shots. I'm sorry, guys. And whatever partner that they're with right now, it's being hard for them to leave that karmic person or that person because these people, they're like out of control with their sexual well, I'm not going to say they're out of control because if you're married and that's your partner, you should be able to do whatever you want in the bedroom. But it's being hard for them to leave that person that they're with because they are allowing them to put it in every hole on their body. I'm sorry, guys. I really didn't want to come and bring that forward, but it's true. The masculine that you're dealing with, or vice versa, if it's a masculine that's waiting on a femme, she even like it. Some of the femmes like for them to do that. And they could be with the karmic partner, and that karmic partner is filling their fantasies, fulfilling their sexual desires, and they are exotic, okay? They are major sexual things that they are doing. They use toys, and some of the men, they're liking them to put different things in their back doors. And the Karmic'S, they're doing whatever the masculine is wanting them to do. It's some divine femmes or it's some karmic femmes or whatever, they like for the masculines to do that to them. And the masculines get off on that stuff. And guys, it's being hard for that masculine. He love you and he wants to leave this karmic partner, but they're too intertwined with the sexual part of their connection that it's being hard for them to leave these karmic partners. I'm sorry, but I just have to come and bring it to you guys raw. And that's what it is. And people like certain things, and if they don't know how you're going to receive them, if they would come to you and be like, or they would try to do that to you, like maybe put it in your butt or whatever, they're thinking that maybe you're not going to accept them or whatever, it's, and that this message, this download have been on me for, maybe like some days or so. And God wanted me to come and let you guys know it's being hard for people to connect with other people because it's things that they like in the bedroom that, you know, they want to keep hidden and exclusive, and they're comfortable with that person doing those different sexual acts, and so that's what's keeping them with that person. Do you get what I'm saying? So just keeping it 100, guys. These masculines, or it could be divine femmes, and divine femmes, you know, they have started, or divine femmes or karmic femmes, they are allowing, this is what they get off on. They like for them to put it in their butts. And, you know, that's their, you know, hidden, that's a part of their hidden secret. I'm sorry, but, you know, it's just, it's life. And, you know, like, I had this one girl or whatever, like, you know, even with my ex or whatever, like, I had this one girl, like, my ex's other baby mom, because he have me, and then he have two other ones, and two other baby moms. And I was with my ex-husband for 17 years. And the girl or whatever that was younger than me that he was messing around with messing around with while we were together or whatever, after she broke up with him, like, he left her after I left him. He left from messing with her completely, and he wanted to be back with me, but she would follow me on Facebook. She would call me on Messenger. She would message me, and I talked to her and stuff because, like, you know, I don't have any hard feelings for anyone or whatever. And so old girl was like telling me that, you know, maybe that was the reason they broke up, because she said he wanted to put it in her butt and she wouldn't let him. And, like, I know, you know, I'm not going to go into me and his situation, but, you know, we were young when we got married, like 20, and we didn't do that stuff. And I started to think, you know, maybe that's the reason why he had got with that girl or whatever. And that wasn't even the case or whatever. Like, he left her alone after I left him. And, you know, I was thinking that's why, you know, because I wasn't letting him do that, you know, like, mess around with my back door, you know, or whatever. I was thinking, like, maybe, you know, that's what he wanted or whatever, you know, because, you know, it's always going to be someone out there that maybe can give head better or know how to give head or whatever. Like, I've known friends or whatever that have had guys, like, gone to the max to where they were doing everything. They moved when they told them to move. They jumped when they told them to jump. And it was just from their head job. It was just from them giving them blowjobs or whatever, you know. And, you know, they would have guys, like, gone to the max. Like, I knew of friends, well, they wasn't really my friend, because most of them too, you know, I'm saying that my, you know, kid's father or whatever, you know, like, you just have people that you say you're friends, but they're more like, or less, maybe you find out they're just your associates. But anyways, yeah, and she was like, and I believe she, you know, he broke up with her and he left her because he kept trying to put it in her butt and she would not let him. And so, you know, that's another story in itself or whatever. But, like, people got these high maintenance sexual desires that run away with their emotions, and, you know, they, they crave all this different stuff. And if you're not meeting the criteria, or you can't fit in one of those slots, like, they just move on. And like narcissistic people or whatever, like, it's easily for them to get bored anyways, but they want you to pump their ego and go the 9 yards or whatever. And, they would go to no end, like doing different things to ruin you, just so that when they do leave you or whatever, like, they may have that to throw over your head. Hey, I did it to you in every hole on your body or whatever, like, you're not nothing, just to make you feel crappy about yourself, which I haven't ever been done like that, but I know it's people. I know of things that have happened to people, like right in my face, that I know that it happened. And so I know that things like that can happen or whatever. So, it's crazy, but yeah, guys, they're not trying to leave the Karmic'S, or, people they're uncomfortable with. They love you and they know that you guys are meant to be together and you guys have a strong bond or connection, but it's like the sexual part of themselves. And, some of them are still on low vibrations or whatever. It's keeping them stagnated and stuck from coming full-fledged, because they're more comfortable with the sexual part of the relationship that they're in, with these different partners and people that could be karmic, or they could be their soulmates, or they could be there just to teach them lessons. But that's where we're at, and I keep getting that download. They're not leaving because it's sexual comfortability or whatever that they're dealing with right now. And they're doing different sexual things that they feel that if they came to you or whatever, you wouldn't accept that, or they feel that that's something that you wouldn't want to do. And so, guys, so that's where we're at. If you don't mind, if you would like and subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. God bless and have a great day.